Hi, I'm Dr. Lori Schwartz-Reichel. My career began in music education where I learned the importance of a key change, a shift, in the tonal center of a piece of music, often used to inject energy or produce significance. Eventually, I realized the impact of making key changes in all areas of my life and the desire to help others do the same. Making key changes can be difficult. I certainly don't have all the answers, but I do like to pose questions for reflection and offer actionable key changes for us to attempt in both our working and living situations. Together, we can unlock our greatest potential in collaboration with those we love, serve, and lead. Let's discover how we can grow together by making key changes. If you are listening to this episode on the day it aired, the date is October 1st, 2024, and a brand new month has arrived. Fall is here too. I can see more orange all around me, and the scent of pumpkin spice is invading every space I enter. Welcoming October means that we have entered the last quarter of the year. The final 3 months of the calendar are among us. If you are subscribed to the Making Key Changes weekly newsletter, then you may remember when I formally published only one newsletter a month. In January 2024, the newsletter's monthly theme was centered around reflection, motivation, and growth. I told the story of my friend since childhood, Rachel, who continues to encourage me to choose one word to define each new year. If you aren't familiar with this process, it is taken from the book that Mike Ashcraft and Rachel Olson wrote in 2012 titled, My One Word, Change Your Life with Just One Word. The book centers around faith practices, yet its concept is universal. The idea is to swap the long list of year-long resolutions for a single word that represents what you most hope for yourself, and allow this one word to become the lens through which you examine your heart and life for an entire year. In 2023, the one word I selected was now. Professionally, this word motivated me to focus on one large task or project at a time. I had to stop procrastinating on certain things and to just do them now. During that year, I re-envisioned my business. I collaborated with a web designer to make massive updates to my website. I worked with a branding designer to create a new logo and color scheme. I updated my invoicing practices and solidified prices for my services. I brainstormed, tested, and planned my podcast, which aired on January 30th, 2024. I made huge strides on another large project too. Instead of saying, I'll get to it eventually, I made tasks, both small and large, that had been looming over my head a priority. I scheduled them appropriately and completed a majority of these projects during 2023. In preparation for this year, 2024, several months ago, I rearranged those 3 letters from the word now to select my new word of own, as in to acknowledge full responsibility for something. This year, I have taken ownership of my actions and reactions in more manageable and immediate ways. It has taken me more than 4 decades to learn that this life is mine. I own it. I have the ability and possibility to make it whatever I want. Sometimes this requires the help and support of others, which I always appreciate. This year, I have been owning my life, all of it. Owning it means that I acknowledge what is going well and what is not going well. Professionally, my business of making key changes has been soaring. I have been hired to speak at schools, organizations, or companies in many different states. I have been receiving more invitations to do so and to speak to larger audiences too. However, I realized that I had to own my actions personally too. This year, more often than before, I have acknowledged when I was wrong and done so with greater sincerity, most specifically with my husband, my children, a relative, a colleague, or a friend. If I want these people to be happy to spend time with me, then I need to demonstrate that I'm happy and eager to spend time with them too. I've apologized more. I've attempted to change my ways on certain matters. I'm still working on mending a few friendships or partnerships. I have also learned to stand my ground more firmly when it comes to business or personal invitations. I reply quicker and with greater confidence to invitations for both work and play, with either yeses and many more no's. I try not to take as long on decisions as I have been known to do so. This has been a learning process for me. And finally, for these last 3 months of the year, I am owning my health by focusing on my fitness, nutrition, skincare, and brain power, areas that I have noticed have slightly deteriorated for me the last few years, especially since turning 46. I am also well aware of the aging adults around me who have not focused on one or all of these areas and the impacts that this is having on them. I chose one word. I've been focused on that one word, and I've allowed that one word to become the lens through which I reflect, research, and refresh my life. Did you select one word for this calendar year? If so, how has it been going? Could you use more motivation to focus on this one word for these final 3 months? If you did not select one word at the start of this calendar year, I hope you consider selecting your one word today and using it as motivation in these last 90 days or so of the year. As the hustle and bustle of school or work continues, the weather gets colder, and the holidays approach, we all need extra motivation. Consider these 3 key changes you can make to find motivation in these final 3 months of the year by using your one word. Key change number 1, revive your one word, or pick one. If you selected one word in January as inspiration, then reflect on these last 9 months and ensure you are on track with your word. What can you add, modify, or eliminate in these final 3 months to ensure you finish strong with your one word? If that word is no longer relevant, consider selecting a new one to power through October, November, and December. If you never selected a word, consider picking one that would motivate you for these final 3 months. Key change number 2, share your one word. Don't be afraid to tell those you love, serve, and lead what you are doing by selecting one word and why you are doing it. If you are participating in this practice with family, friends, or colleagues, then share your word with them. Sharing is a way to hold yourself accountable and also a way for others to care about what you are trying to accomplish. Write down your one word and post it in ideal places, like on a mirror, near your clothing closet, in the bathroom or kitchen, at your desk, or near your workout space. Make it your screensaver for your computer or wallpaper for your phone. Keep it visible so you see it often. It isn't forgotten, and it can motivate you at different times of the day or week. And key change number 3, practice your one word. Apply your one word to as many areas of your life as you would like. Consider your loving, serving, and leading spaces as places where you will use your one word as motivation. Create ways to check in on your progress each day, week, or month about how you are actively implementing the use of your one word. You can choose your one word for many reasons. In recent years, I have focused my one word on different areas of my life. Last year, I had a professional focus. This year, my one word has been used as motivation to apply growth in both my professional and personal life. Maybe you select the word together for your family or use it with a partner. Maybe you choose the word achieve for your business aspirations. Maybe the word cherish is used for your friends. Words that some of my friends chose this year include focus, fear, and enlighten. Last year, my word was now. This year, my word is own. If I rearrange those 3 letters one last time, I will have spelled the word won, W-O-N. If you haven't done so, select a word now. Own it. And by the end of the year, you will feel like you have won. I encourage you to check out the show notes for some resources. There is a link to my website and one where you can sign up for the Making Key Changes newsletter to receive weekly inspirational content delivered directly to your email inbox each Wednesday. How are we making key changes to select one word for motivation during the final 3 months of the calendar year? Thanks for listening. If you haven't done so yet, please consider rating and reviewing the Making Key Changes podcast on the Apple Podcast app. If you found this episode helpful, please consider sharing it with others and joining me again next week. In my coming episodes, I'll discuss topics that are most passionate to me, along with things I've been researching or areas of my life I have changed or want to change. You can learn more about me on my website, makingkeychanges.com. Feel free to message me through there or reach out on social media. I'd love to hear from you and learn about what key changes you hope to make.